No place in Texas tells quite the economic surprise story like Karnes County. In the last half-decade, thousands of workers have poured in. Ranchers have become multimillionaires, and main streets are bursting with new business, all because of a sudden oil boom. Welcome back to State of Texas In Depth. While many celebrate the success of that area becoming one of the biggest energy sectors in the state, lawmakers here at the Capitol know it comes with a cost. Roads destroyed by heavy equipment. And despite some funding last session, more money is needed in places like Karnes County, where we travel to see how crews and locals are currently coping. They're Karnes County's form of growing pains. Small rural highways crumbling away every day.
Gradually get beat up little by little.
Jeremy Hernandez is part of the population increase in the last few years, setting up his shop behind the wheel.
Accidents happen. Not what you want to do is wake up in the morning and then be involved in an accident.
TxDOT has tried to make tax dollars stretch, tackling traffic problems by widening roads and creating 2-mile-long passing lanes for drivers to safely get around these semi-trucks. Hundreds of them each week. The reason they're all rolling in, there are about 5,000 of those oil wells now. In 2008, there were only 100, and they only produced about 20,000 barrels of oil each month. Now, that number is 6.2 million. Which means a lot of money for the state. And a lot of trucks to haul heavy machinery and the oil itself. In the year after the boom began, the number of vehicle accidents reported here rose from 130 a year to more than 400.
People hit a pothole and have a blowout and then go off to the side of the road, or it could be the tractor trailer loaded with crude oil rolling over.
Tough to blame it all on the oil business, but locals say it did get worse as traffic increased.
Seems like it's a weekly event. Have to be alert, you have to be a defensive driver.
Accidents are a lot more common than they used to be.
Last year, 11 people died on these roads. And while accidents might be good for Hernandez's business, that's a statistic he hates to hear.
Rather than be safe on the roads, yes.
Without state funding, cities and counties in that area face a big financial burden. Some leaders have proposed passing the cost to the oil companies. That wouldn't solve the problem for drivers in Austin as they sit in some of the state's worst traffic. We make a stop in the congested capital city and speak to the man behind the ballot measure you're considering next on this special edition of State of Texas In Depth.